know we are going to have a lot of fun. All right, all right, all right. Hey, well, what's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Next Level Marketing Call. My name is James Zheng. I'll be your co-host. And the reason why you're on here today, whether live, if you're live, give us a wave or throw a 5 in the chats. Or if you're watching this on replay, grateful to have you on as well, too, is you had somebody that told you that there was a unique opportunity. You had someone that told you there's something happening, there's something buzzing right now, and they wanted you to take a look at this and hear about it. So it's an honor to have you here today because we have somebody that is up close and personal with an incredible movement. We have somebody that if you want to do well in life and in business, one of the biggest things I've learned is it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. And that's why you want to get a chance to know Miss Kristine McKay, because she is somebody that is really an innovator, a captivator, an inspiration, and a very big reason why this market is growing by over 2,000% with a product that we'll talk about today as well too, and everything. So we'll bring back Kristine up in just a little bit, but I'd love for you just to chime in real quick and just because Kristine is way more beautiful than I am. So I want her to show her amazing face. But Kristine, what's your heart right now? Like as in this season of your life and in business?
Right now, it is just absolute overwhelming gratitude. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the term sliding glass moment, but all of us have had a moment, and all of us have a moment within this business, but moments within our lives that you don't realize at the time the impact that it is going to have, but it's one of those moments that completely changes your life. And so I've been thinking a lot lately about my sliding glass moment of when I joined this industry and it brought me all the way to PartnerCo. And I am just so incredibly grateful. And I'm grateful for all of you that said yes to that sliding glass moment as well.
Gosh, who here's pumped? Throw 100 in the chat. That's the case. And you're going to get a chance to hear from the incredible general manager of US. But really, she's like the heartbeat of, I believe, of PartnerCo. Like that truly, truly, truly. But if you're here for the first time, just want to give you a little bit of background information on who we are, what you're about to see. And definitely stay tuned because Kristine's going to lay down some incredible success secrets that I know are going to impact you greatly. Because if you want to do better in life, right? If you want to make more money, have more freedom, have more fun, like who here would want all of those, by the way? You have to find a good vehicle to be able to do that. And there's a lot of things that are out there, right? Especially in this day and age with the internet, you're probably spammed like I am almost every day by some new opportunity, by some way to make money. And if you're anything like me, it's overwhelming. So the question is, why this in particular? Well, I've been around in this business space for 15 years, 13 of which actually with these products in this company. And the reason why we chose here and introducing to this vehicle called PartnerCo, it's an old company with 25 years of experience, an old soul, but a new face, actually. A year and a half ago, we'll dive into this more with Kristine, but we relaunched and rebranded as PartnerCo, and we are taking the market by storm. Like there's a lot of factors behind that. We're an international company. We're blowing up all over the place in the world. I know our executives are literally flying around almost every single week right now. And the reason why it's doing so well is first and foremost, we're offering something people want. Who here would agree with me that a big need in the world is to feel better and maybe even look better as well too, right? Health is important. Wellness is important. I see one of my good friends and partners, Pam Middleton here. She's a retired registered nurse. She says that we want to die young at a very old age, right? It's not just about the amount of years that you live, it's the quality of those years. So we have tested and proven products, high quality things, whether it's our slenderized, quote unquote, skinny drops. We're going to dive into this today more that help you to lose weight 2 times faster than diet and exercise by itself in a natural way. We have amazing products like Noni. This has been sold for over 25 years. Anything immune system boosting is incredible with Noni. drink a shot a day. My slogan is a shot a day keeps the doctor away. That's not a medical claim. Nothing I'm saying here is meant to say anything, right? But that's a huge thing. And the last thing that just came out is this, our Renew, our youth elixir. If you've used any of these, by the way, throw in the chat what you've experienced with them. So these have all come out, and we have a unique marketing system that allows you to partner with the company, share these however that you want, and build teams to share it too. And we've seen just so much success that is happening with there. All right. But if you're anything like me, you've seen a lot of stuff. You've heard a lot of stuff. Everyone's going to say they're the best. Everyone's going to say we paid the best. And well, actually, we do. We have the highest paying comp plan in the world. But even if we didn't, the reality is this: it doesn't matter how good of an opportunity you have. It doesn't matter how good of a product you have. If you don't have the right principles and if you don't have the right ingredients together and know how to take advantage of it, these things don't sell themselves. And that's why I want to introduce you to Kristine McKay, because when it comes to not just sales, but building a culture and building a successful business with heart and class, like she is a professional at that. So Kristine, welcome back. It's such an honor to have you with us. I've been wanting to have you on for a long time. I'm like, what the heck? We haven't had
You're
you.
making me blush, James.
It's true. I got to start with the quick story, right? So me and Kristine,
Okay.
me and my wife Becky, we met you, gosh, probably 3-4 years ago. And you were not in the position that you are now, the general manager of the United States. And I know that's not where we're going to stop, by the way. Like, you're an ambitious woman, but you were one of the very first people that we met during an interesting time in our company's history. And right away, I could tell you were someone different. You led with love. You were just open-handed. If anyone here knows Kristine, she goes above and beyond. She's corporate, we're field, but you're like one of us, like seriously. I would say you're one of the best presenters, by the way, that I've ever seen, and one of the best trainers. I'm like, man, you are incredible. But Kristine, for those of us that don't know you, for the incredible, is it okay if you say badass? I'll just say it once. You know,
Yeah.
that's
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
awesome. Kristine, you've had quite the journey into direct sales and everything, but can you tell us a little bit about where you came from?
Yeah, absolutely. And it kind of goes back to that sliding doors moment of, and if, I've shared a little bit of my story before. So those of you that have heard it, I apologize, but I see a lot of new faces. So I actually worked in the shopping TV world for about 20 years. And the reason I found myself there was because I had such a passion for product innovation. And I had worked at some pretty incredible companies doing product development. And what I found was we would sit around the corporate, table, and we would say all the great things that this product did. And yet I would see so many of these products die when it hit the shelf. And what I realized is a box on a shelf doesn't tell a story. It doesn't have a personality. And so when I started launching products through the shopping channel, I realized, oh my gosh, this is a chance where you get to tell the story, you get to tell testimonials. And I fell in love with it. So I worked not only behind the scenes, bringing smaller manufacturers to that platform, but I worked as on-air talent. And I loved it so much, but they only worked with really large companies. And so I always say I'm glad that I was young and dumb, let's just say naive, because I thought, wow, well, why don't I just do this myself? I'll start my own online shopping channel. You have to understand, this was like in 2008, before like live streaming was a thing. And I thought I'll just start it as this little bloggy kind of channel. Our very first day, we had over 100,000 hits, crashed the site, and I ended up spending like $30,000 in streaming fees because at that time you had to pay when people watched your video. So I was like, oh my gosh. And it was about timing. But what I realized was it was bringing together, first of all, I started this channel, leveraging people's talent to come on and be on this channel. So I was leveraging their social media, but I was also featuring smaller creators, smaller inventors. Loved what I did. And I had that company for a few years. And as it turns out, the largest shopping channel in Europe approached me and asked if they could buy my channel. And so I sold it, moved to London for 4 years and worked, that was part of my deal to help build their US audience. So fast forward, I come home. They wanted me to stay, but at that point I had to get citizenship. And I realized, you know what, I need to be home. I was traveling home to see my kids like once and twice a month. I mean, even though my kids were grown, I loved them. So when that came, I realized it was time to go home. But I didn't know what I wanted to do. At that time, I'm sure everyone on this call has experienced darker moments in your life. I was lost. I had sold my company. I was going through a divorce. All my kids were off to college. That had been my identity. All of a sudden, I didn't know what my identity was. And it was a dark couple of years. And I became completely unhealthy. For the first time in my life, I didn't have to worry about what my weight was. And I took advantage and went through a really deep depression. And I had a friend, some of you might know John Wadsworth Sr., that founded the original Noni company. I was good friends with his son-in-law, and his son-in-law said, here's my sliding moment. Kristine, come work at Zenoa, come work. And I said, is that an MLM? And he said, yes. And I said, no, I'm not interested. I did not want anything to do with it. You know, I have to understand, I live in Utah, so I can I literally throw a rock and there's about 4 within my neighborhood, like where I live. And he just said, just come do it for a little while. I have to tell you, listen to your gut, because my mouth was saying no, because I heard the stereotypes, right? But my gut, I knew I was supposed to do this. And within about a month or two, I knew that this was where I was supposed to be. This is an industry that is about telling stories, sharing your testimony, changing lives. It's about entrepreneurs. And I knew that I had found my home.
Wow. My gosh. Throw 5 in the chat if you're fired up right now. It's so incredible, those pivot points, those sliding door moments, right? And I believe there's people on this call right now that this can be your sliding door moment if you take it the right way, you know? And now fast forward, it's jettisoned you moving into this space. And we find ourselves in PartnerCo.
Yes.
It's been, how long have we been for? A year and a half?
Yeah, just over a year. And, you know, you talk about it being kind of it's a new company. It is February of not this year, but last year. A bunch of kind of lost companies that had come together, reorganized under PartnerCo. I had been there from the whole journey, from Zenoa to this company as we all merged. And so the miracles that I've seen, James, and I'm a skeptic. I'm not going to lie. I am a skeptic. I like facts. I really dive into things. And so I don't throw the word miracle out there often. In fact, very rarely. This is such a miracle. Not only the company itself, the leadership within corporate, but the caliber of people that are coming to PartnerCo, that are saying yes to that sliding glass door moment. And I have never in my entire career been surrounded by such incredible business people. I feel like I'm the blessed one. I'm around incredible, brilliant people every day. And it's amazing.
That is how it feels. Like, seriously, the slogan in PartnerCo is better together. And there's this unique culture of collaboration where there's no ego. Everyone's just like, hey, let's just help each other. Let's build the biggest company that's out there. And you're seeing now in a year and a half, like, let's talk a couple numbers. Like, I know, what are some things that you can share that have happened in PartnerCo, whether it's US or the world or whatever, that are significant in your eyes?
Well, I will give you some numbers, and I'm going to put it in perspective, knowing that I have worked at billion-dollar companies before, okay? Typically, we have what's called a KPI, and it is what your employers give you to kind of measure it's your report card, measure your success. I've never been in a company where my KPI for sales was more than maybe 15, 20%. I mean, 20% is a lot, right? And this year, that was what my KPI was. And I'm not going to lie, I was nervous. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, because that means we don't get bonused.
Mm,
That is what we're judged on. And
mhm.
when they told me, it first started out 18%, I was like, okay, I can do that. Whew. Then it went up to 20 and I was like, man, this is going to be rough. Right now, our sales are up over 100%. And that is you guys. I've never, ever had the experience of being at a company that I've even saw 30% overall growth. You guys, you have taken our company to over 100% growth. We're lucky if our enrollment numbers are 5, 10%. I mean, that's pretty healthy.
Mm.
We are up over 100%. Last month we were up, it was 185%. Canada is up 600%. That means you guys are sharing, you're sharing, but more importantly, our retention is up there as well. So not only are people joining, they're staying because they're making money.
Wow.
How incredible is that?
It's so huge because I just want to put it into perspective. Like, think about this. Who here would love it if your income grew by 20% next year? Like, who here would, that's like good, right? We're talking about double like in a year. And that's the whole company. There's so much growth that's happening now. Like, that's massive. That is huge. Okay. And even to put it more in perspective, because the question is like, there's so many opportunities, there's so many things that you can do. There is that saying, a rising tide raises all ships, right? So if I'm new and I'm like, I don't know, like, is Partner Coast the place to be? What else is out there? Because there's a lot of shiny objects out there. I remember you shared with me that being in Utah, you know people, you've had
Yes.
interesting conversations with people in the industry, but can you share what happened?
Yes, absolutely. And this was really fun for me because I've not been in this industry for 30 years. So what I'm seeing, I know from other businesses I've been in, this is incredible. But I actually was having lunch with a friend of mine who had been one of the keynote speakers at one of the last direct selling association events here in Utah. And she'd asked me to lunch. And she was just talking to me about, the company and how are things doing. And I just was, boom, 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 our numbers and how awesome it was and our products and our slender eye sales are up over 2000%. And she just sat there and she goes, I just need you to know, Kristine, I have just spent a week at this conference with other companies and CEOs and marketers from all of these other companies. It was such a doom and gloom. And there was a dark cloud hanging over of people trying to figure out the industry. Is it dying? How do we transition into social media? And she said, you are the very first person that I have talked to that has been able to just give stats that are incredible. We have a social media plan. We have a roadmap. We have a system that's duplicatable. And so to get that kind of that confirmation from somebody outside of PartnerCo that this is special and this is unique, it really it excited me.
Wow, this is huge, guys, because we have to be able, and I hope this helps with people's awareness and wisdom, right? Because if you're on this call, you're success driven. You want to do something for your family, you want to do something for your kids, your children's children. So you have to be able to kind of discern between what's fluff and what's real. So when I hear that from Kristine, and I'm like, all right, because everyone's going to talk a good game, right? No one says we're second best. Everyone's going to say the same thing. So we have to be able to look further past that. So when I hear that from you, Kristine, that means a lot to me because it gives me confidence. It gives me hope. It gives me like that feeling of, all right, we are definitely in the right place. And we're seeing it. We're seeing a lot of people that outwardly say, wow, things are going amazing. But on the back end, there's a lot of conversations because PartnerCo is quickly getting onto the radar and people, this is like the place to be. So Kristine, you have a unique perspective because you see the insides of top level leaders all across North America, all across the world. We all have the same business, we all have the same products. Everyone kind of markets slightly different, which is fine, different systems and stuff, but there's principles of success. And I'm curious, What have you seen separates those that are able to achieve incredible success that's long lasting here versus those that are struggling or those that are kind of hit or miss?
Oh man, this is an easy one for me.
Hmm.
Be coachable.
Hmm.
Be coachable.
Hmm.
Take your ego out of it and be coachable. The quickest thing that will destroy your business is your ego. And when you get to a place where you stop being coachable or stop being willing to learn, and it's, oh gosh, I mean, we're human. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I struggle with this sometimes. When you see someone that is successful, or you feel like you're doing the same amount of work, but they're having success.
Hmm.
Guys, you're not a bad person. It is a natural feeling to kind of be like, oh, and like, put your guard up and be like, I'm not going to do it. The people that can separate that and take a look at that individual and say, what are they doing that I'm not? And one thing I want to be clear on, do not ever change who you are. That is your magic. Don't try to talk like they talk. Don't try to dress like they dress. What activities, what daily habits, what are they doing? Take away the ego, take a look. Maybe there's something to learn there, maybe there's not, but be coachable.
That's such a big thing. Pride comes before the fall, and that's huge. And even on the highest levels, right? Like that's what you see. And that's what I've seen from you, Kristine, that coachability. I also have a question because
Yeah.
one thing you're really good at is knowing how to navigate emotions. Like you're somebody, and it's your strength. Like you have a passion. Who here, by the way, we have kind of two general spectrum. Who here would say you're more of the emotional type, right? Put a 1 in the comments. Or I'm more of the stoic. Like I kind of hide it all in, right? Put a 2 if you're with me, right? You might be so not so stoic, you don't even put a 2 in the chat, right? So I believe people that are more sensitive to emotion, there's a superpower there, but it's kind of like a double-edged sword sometimes if you don't know how to wield it. You've mastered that ability to channel frustration and passion and anger and all this into something positive. How do you do it?
I don't know, James, you've seen me get mad like once, I think.
It was so good. I was like, yes.
Um, you know, it's such a delicate thing because if you take away the passion, you take away your superpower, right? And for me, I think the greatest gift that everyone on this call can learn, and I do believe some of us, it's natural. Others, I think that it is a learned behavior. And I think it is less about our emotions and whoever you are talking to, channeling their emotions. Why are they saying what they're saying? Somebody will tell you what their needs are within 5 to 10 minutes of talking to them with the things that they say. Channel that. Let that person be the only person in front of you and be real about it. Be honest, be sincere. Stop. Don't think about your emotions. Think about that person. I think that is the greatest superpower we can have within this industry. Now, when it comes to our emotions, I'll tell you, this is something that I am really learning and dedicating myself to this year. And that is wait a few seconds before you send that email. Wait a few seconds before you send that text. You know, I really, and in business, I do a lot better than in my personal life. But when I feel a strong emotion, I stop. I let myself absorb what are the facts? Why is this triggering me? And I wait before I respond. I wait before I give any outward reaction. And I have learned as I've started to really hone that skill, a lot of things that I was initially like fired up about or upset about, I wasn't. After I paused, let the emotion go, thought about it logically, I was able to respond. And I think, and like I said, I am still working on this. But our greatest power is channeling our emotions, savoring that passion, but not making snap decisions out of emotion, you know?
Good. Who here is willing to admit that you can think of a time when you said something a little bit too quick, right? Absolutely. This is so big because, and I hope you guys are getting a feel of the culture here, right? Even if you're brand new, because the business is amazing. We have systems, we have amazing, everything's great. Like take a look at all that. But ultimately, you build people and the people build the business. And the number one thing I've seen in leadership that kills teams is that we get emotional in the negative way. So if you took this one note just from Kristine and you were able to just take a couple seconds before you had a reflexive action, that can save you multiple 6, even 7 figures in the future. If you're willing to take that nugget in, put a me in the comments below, by the way. Like that is huge. I'm glad I asked you that selfishly.
Well,
Right?
and I was going to say, take something like this is, but this isn't from me. I read this somewhere, but take an emotion that is typically considered negative. Let's take jealousy. That is typically considered a negative emotion. Look at that emotion as being the biggest gift your soul will ever give you. Because if you see something or someone that you are jealous of, it is your soul telling you there's something there. There's something that you want. There's a void. There's something. Don't be angry at the person. Don't let your jealousy, like I said earlier, put your guard up. It is the greatest indicator of something you want or you want to change.
Ooh, so good. I love this, Kristine. We're so thankful for you. I feel like you packed in like a masterclass into it's only been like 30 minutes, but it's felt like hours in a good way. There's so much in the future of what's happening because we are like 90 days away from the biggest conference of the entire planet, PXP. So, and I got to ask, so this, if you guys aren't familiar, every year we have the big annual conference. It's the biggest part of the world. I've been to, I don't know, 50 plus business conferences. This is bar none the best, the most fun, the most impactful, the most inspiring. Orlando, Florida, September 20th to 22nd. I got to ask because I have you on the line and you know some stuff. What some things to expect at this event? Like, why are you excited about this?
Oh my gosh, you guys, we're launching new product that is the clinical trials on this product are I've never seen anything like it. I'm excited we're doing a product launch. I'm excited we're going to be introducing new business tools and sales tools for your system. We're going to be announcing our next incentive trip for next year and a roadmap to get there. I mean, this is one, but you know, I always make this quote, and it's from Brent Palmer, and it's the magic is in the mingle. More magic will happen in the hallways and the conversations that you have as you network with other teams. Far more magic will happen there than anything that happens on stage. So come, be willing to be coachable. Write your goals down before you even go so that those are in your head. So you have the confidence to go walk up to that person that you've always wanted to meet. Have questions that you want to ask. Go with an intent and you will come home fed. I promise you that.
Gosh, if you already have your PXP ticket, by the way, put PXP in the chat so Kristine can see. If you don't, talk to whoever brought you here. You got to come. Everyone's welcome, even if you're not started yet. So how does this work? If you're brand new here, partner with us. It's a one-time, lifetime $30 membership. You get access to all our systems and tools and products and try some of the products. They're all amazing. Like you're going to fall in love with all of the above. But this next phase is going to be amazing. Kristine talked about many of these things about timing, about culture, about people. We're a $350 million startup that's growing towards the billions. We're in this sliding glass door moment where we all, myself included, have this opportunity to either step in or step out. And how about you? I don't want to waste another second of my life waiting for the next best opportunity if it's right here in front of us. And Kristine gave us some very solid things on what we need to do right now to take advantage of that. So my last question to you would be this, Kristine. You're on this call, you're on the fence, you've been checking things out, you've been seeing the drops are cool, you're seeing what people are doing on social, it's cool. You see what's going on with this company. It's cool, but you're still on that fence. You're like, is this the time right now? Like, what would you suggest to that person? What would you share with that person?
So, James, I have something to share, and I've thought about it all day of whether I want to share this or not, because this was my moment of why this company is so incredible, how it's changed my life, how I am so passionate about it changing other people's lives. And I said earlier, I'm a skeptic. I am. Like, even when we come out with a new product, I drive down to the lab and I go talk to Brett West because I know there's no marketing spin with him. And I believe I'm a skeptic and I believe in being a product of the product. This company will change your life. It's not about being skinny. It's about being healthy. It's about giving you back your confidence. I want everyone on this call to have that confidence back so that you can fulfill your mission, your dreams, your best version of yourself, and then share it with others. So I'm going to share something. And, I'd love to say, don't screen record, don't share it, but I know I know who we are. We're going to screen record. So we just did our Renew launch, right? Of this brand new flavor of Renew. Okay. A memory happened to pop up on my phone of 2 years ago when we launched our Shop Live. Now you have to understand, I left that industry. So when we came back with the Shop Live, I was like, oh my gosh. And we were launching Renew, the original formula, on the Shop Live. I was still overweight. I was unhealthy. I begged, I pleaded. I said, please don't make me do this. I know this is my expertise, but I am not a good representative of health. I really don't want to do this. And I was talked into it. Kristine, do it. You're good. You're, great. And we did it and it was a success. But I want to show you a video that I created of the Renew Live launch in 2022 versus the Renew launch in 2024. So I'm going to share, and you know me, James, I'm horrible at this.
The share screen, make sure to press the share audio button when that comes up.
Okay, so can you see this, James?
Not yet.
Okay, hang on. All right, and James, I might end up just sending it to you if I can.
I got you too, whatever you need.
Okay.
Man.
You know what, James? I'm going to, let's see, actually, hang on. See, I should have planned this, James.
No worries. Who here is on the tip of your seats right now? Like, you're like, what is this? It just adds to the anticipation, so.
Oh my gosh. And now I cannot get back to Zoom. Am I sharing anything, by the way?
Not yet. Try clicking on the green button one more time.
Okay, let's do this one more time. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right. And then let me do sound. It is not giving me, share sound. Okay, are you guys ready?
Okay, try to share it first. I don't see a screen.
And just so you know, I'm going to share, but just so you know, I made this a week or so ago and I've not even been able to share it because there's shame about being, where you are, but I'm realizing we need to celebrate. So are you guys ready? All right, James, I'm going to have to send it to you.
Okay, well, I see it. I see it. It's there.
Do you see it?
I do.
Okay, let's do Okay. I just wanted to share that. Hopefully the sound played, but I cried when I saw that. So I just want everyone on this call to know that if you are on the fence, this is the real deal. This is about changing lives, getting us to a point where we can live our full potential and have the money to be able to serve others, the time to be with our families. I am so eternally grateful that I took this opportunity. I'm grateful that I partnered with a company that has such incredible products that aren't hype. They've absolutely changed my life. So, James, hopefully it was okay that I shared that.
Oh, more than okay. Guys, throw your favorite emojis in the chat below. Kristine, thank you so much for your heart, your example, your leadership, your partnership. Like, seriously, You make our experience here possible and exciting and thrilling and fun. And you truly, as a mentor, lift the bar for me and Becky, and I know for so many as well too. Like seriously, I'm massively inspired. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Everybody, if this is your first time today, get back with your friend after this. Come on board. You're welcome. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the party. Get back with them after this. Other than that, feel free to mute yourselves, guys. Let's give Kristine